Hey, let's chat a little bit about the reverse pyramid style of training, as well as the final set, the mindset you need to bring to that so you can get the best results possible. So let's go to the tape. Boom. All right. So we are looking in here at a workout in the training app. Okay. So we should already understand kind of the basics of this. You go the A1, A2, that signifies a superset. B1, B2 signifies a superset. D, that signifies a single set. There's no numbers that go along with it. So in this one, obviously we're doing the pull down row, pull down row, pull down row. Okay. And if we're looking in here, I have this set up. So it's 3 sets of 10, then 8, then 12. So this is kind of like just a brief kind of abbreviated reverse pyramid set. Sometimes it'll be 4 or even 5 sets. But basically what we're looking here is to do 1 set of 10, 1 set of 8, and then 1 set of 12. And then the 12th set is really the money set. That's where we're going to be able to push ourselves the hardest and get the best results. So here's what we want to do going into this. And sometimes you'll even add an additional set. So let's say you're going to do 10, your first 10 rep set, and you're going to do it with 30 pounds. Well, maybe it's a little heavy to like get started off. Maybe you need like a quick 7 rep set where you can just do 20 pounds, get moving. Maybe you do 10, like 7, 10, 15 reps, just get your body moving. That's totally fine. No stress about that at all. And then if you need to, you can actually add that into this. Hey, did an extra set with this. Cause like when you put this in, you just put in your weights, right? So if you did all the same weights, you could just put in 30. But if you put in an extra set, you could say extra set of 15 with 20 pounds. And then you can put in your 30, 35, 40, whatever it is. So first set though is gonna be 10 reps. We're gonna do the 30 pounds. Then it's 8 reps. So we're getting a little bit lower reps. So we can add some weight to this. So we'll do maybe 35 pounds. Well, that's probably maybe a little light. And we felt like we could do a bit more. So on that 12 rep set, what we've done is we kind of calmed down and then we're doing a reverse pyramid. We are doing the heaviest weight we can. And we're hitting 12 reps with 40 pounds. Let's say though, if I got to the end and I could do another rep or two, we'd want to annotate this by saying 40 times 14. Or whatever that looks like, making sure that you know how many reps you got and you're pushing to your complete absolute failure. So we've already talked a bit about what does the rest periods look like. Generally, the rest between the first sets or so are going to be lighter, kind of on like the 60 seconds or less. And then between the penultimate, like the second to last and the last set, we can go like almost a 2 or even a 3-minute rest can be effective, especially with heavier, more intense exercises. Think about pull-ups, bench press, squats, deadlifts, that sort of thing. If you're just doing like side raises, you don't need as much time. Bicep curls, triceps, that sort of thing. But really the end goal here is to push as hard as you possibly can on that final set of 12, all the way down the other sets here are just warming up. They're just getting you prepared for that final set. They're the buy-in. And if you can push yourself as hard as possible on that last set, you don't need to have killed yourself on those first couple sets. You can leave 2 to 4 reps in reserve. So you're finishing out and you're like, I could have done a couple more. I wasn't going all the way out. That's totally fine. But the problem is that that's where most people leave it. They do a couple sets. They have a few reps in reserve. They go on to the next thing. That's why the final set is so important. You're already warm. You've already got built up the strength in this one exercise. Now let's push it to the limit. But let's say you chose incorrectly. You're really feeling really strong that day. So you chose, let's say, we're on the front plate raise. And I said to do a 12 reps, you have 25 pounds, or maybe, you can't make the jump to 35 because it's a plate, but you want to but is it 12 reps still a little light? So what you do is you just go to 12, you get the feel for it. And then you go, okay, I guess I could do a few more. So you knock out a couple more and you try to get to the point where you're at the end of your ability to press with great form and technique. So I'm not talking about where you're pushing and you're going like this, cranking it all the way up at like the expense of your shoulder. But that last rep when you're pushing and it gets slow and you finally get it up to the top, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're going to do. And that's what's going to give us the best results. So really learning over the course of this next phase, this intensification phase, in how to actually push yourself to the point of like technical failure. So again, not complete failure, not your muscles giving out on you. You drop a bar on your chest, but technical failure. So making sure that if you can take yourself to beyond the reps that I give you on the final set, that you do literally every time. That's the most important piece to the intensification side of or phase of the program. And it's where you're going to see a ton of results in how your physique actually changes. So making sure that you are pushing yourself on that final set, working up to those over the course of the first 2, 3, 4 sets. And then also feeling free to add in more sets that are like workup or warm up sets. So things that are not necessarily taxing to you. You do a couple reps of 7, you add some weight, you do 7 more. You're like, that wasn't heavy enough for 10. You do like another, you bump it up. That's 10. Okay. So now you've maybe done 5 sets when I've only asked you for 3, but you're putting yourself in a position to win on that final set. If that doesn't make sense, let's have a chat about it with your MDB coach, and we'll see you in the next phase.